ਵੈਲਕਮ ਟੂ ਦਿਸ ਐਪੀਸੋਡ ਆਫ ਦ ਹਰਪ੍ਰੀਤ ਸਿੰਘ ਸ਼ੋ। ਅੱਜ ਦੇ ਸੈਗਮੈਂਟ ਵਿੱਚ ਬਹੁਤ ਹੀ ਮਹੱਤਵਪੂਰਨ ਜਾਣਕਾਰੀ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਆਏ ਹਾਂ, ਖਾਸ ਤੌਰ 'ਤੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਲੋਕ ਐਡਿਕਟਡ ਨੇ, ਐਲਕੋਹਲਿਜ਼ਮ, ਡਰੱਗਸ ਜਾਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਕਿਸਮ ਦੀ ਐਡਿਕਸ਼ਨ ਹੈ। ਉਸ ਸੰਬੰਧ ਵਿੱਚ ਮੇਰਾ ਸਾਥ ਦੇਣਗੇ ਜੈਨਰਲ ਮਾਰਟਨ, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕਿ ਪ੍ਰੋਵਿੰਸ਼ੀਅਲ ਡਾਇਰੈਕਟਰ ਨੇ ਐਡਲਟ ਐਂਡ ਟੀਨ ਚੈਲੰਜ ਸੁਸਾਇਟੀ ਆਫ BC ਦੇ। ਸੋ ਆਓ ਜਿਹਨਾਂ ਕੋਲੋਂ ਜਾਣਕਾਰੀ ਲੈਣੇ ਕਿ ਕੀ ਹੈ ਇਹ ਸੁਸਾਇਟੀ, ਕਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਇਹ ਮਦਦ ਕਰਦੀ ਹੈ। ਆਓ ਇਸ ਸੰਬੰਧ ਵਿੱਚ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਜੈਨਰਲ ਨਾਲ। ਵੈਲਕਮ ਟੂ ਦ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ।
Thank you so much for
Thank
having
you.
me.
So you're the provincial director of this organization. Tell us a little bit about it, what it is.
Adult and Teen Challenge Society of British Columbia is a discipleship program for men and women who struggle with life-controlling addiction.
Okay.
And so we run residential programs for both men and women who can come and live at our facility and be discipled into a transformed life where they don't have to rely on drugs and alcohol
Okay.
to cover and mask their pain.
Okay.
Yes.
How long you have been associated with them?
Myself,
Yeah.
I have been with Adult and Teen Challenge for almost 8 years.
Wow.
Yes. So
Okay.
I started my journey with them actually in Manitoba, and then just recently I actually accepted the position of provincial director out here in British Columbia.
Okay.
So I oversee 3 centers. We have the Chilliwack Men's Center, we have the Abbotsford Women's Center, and the Okanagan Men's Center.
So is it a Canada-based organization or just in BC only?
It is worldwide.
Okay.
Yeah, so we have 1,400 centers
Wow.
in 120 countries worldwide.
Right.
So it is a global ministry.
So tell us a little bit about this global, organization, this ministry. Who runs it? What is the parent group which runs it?
Well, it started 60 years ago.
Okay.
I don't know if anybody has heard of The Cross and the Switchblade. It was a book and a movie that was put out, and it actually chronicles the start of Teen Challenge
Okay.
in New York. And it was a pastor, David Wilkerson. He saw these boys who were on trial for murder, and they were gang members.
Okay.
And he just had a heart for them. And so he actually was prompted by God to go into New York, and he wanted to help them because he just saw these lost, addicted gang members. And so that prompted his journey into starting Teen Challenge. As people were coming off the streets from the gang life,
Right.
they didn't have anywhere to go. And so then he started a home for them to disciple them once they were off the streets.
Okay.
And so that's how it started. From there, it came to Canada. It's gone worldwide. It's a global organization, and every single Teen Challenge that you go to around the world
Right.
will actually have the same curriculum. So
Okay.
we actually run them all generally the same. There'll be cultural differences,
Right.
of course, around the world, but they are generally run in the same manner. We have, there's a man named Dave Batty. He wrote the curriculum 40 years ago. He's updated it since.
Right.
But he wrote the curriculum, and so every single student in all of the Teen Challenge programs run based on the same curriculum.Ey're all studying the same thing, and it's all based on the Bible.
Oh, that's wonderful. Because the name is also very interesting, Adult and Teen Challenge.
Yes.
So people who are struggling with addictions.
Yes.
So over this 8 years of experience, what you have with this organization, tell us what kind of people are coming forward over there? What kind of addictions are generally which people have? They come over there and take these courses.
Well, it's all different addictions. Basically, the addiction is masking some kind of pain. So whether it be a childhood trauma, a death of a parent, there's so many reasons why people have pain in their life.
Right.
And so we see all sorts of addictions. We see alcohol, we see pills, we see drugs from the streets. Like I know in BC last year, 1,400 people overdosed
Right.
from opiates. And so it is a huge epidemic that's happening. And so we take really anyone in British Columbia specifically. A person to come to Adult and Teen Challenge has to be 19 years old.
Okay.
It's a government standard that we
Right.
have to adhere to. And so yeah, we have people coming from all sorts of walks of life. So we'll get them from the detox where they've gone through detox, or they might be a person still holding down a job. They could be a
Right.
functioning addict and just need our help. And so we're really there to take anyone who wants the help in order to transform their lives.
So the entry age is 19 years
In British Columbia.
in British Columbia.
Yeah, it is.
So
19.
basically, from where do people come to you? Like, how do they come to know about your organization? Is it the government that promotes you, or is it through yourself that you spread this message?
We spread the message generally through churches.
Okay.
The government is aware of what we are doing because we are a registered facility, assisted living facility with the government. So they
Okay.
are aware of what we're doing. We might get people through a probation officer or through a lawyer. We do have people who are bailed to us
Okay.
and come from the legal system. But it is a lot of word of mouth. So people are, when you're a parent or a loved one of an addicted person, you don't know where to turn. And so you're
Absolutely.
really looking for anything. And so
Right.
we have a lot of desperate people that call us and want our help. And so I would say generally through the churches or through word of mouth.
Okay. And generally, in a person who is under addiction of any kind, at that time he's broke financially,
Right.
emotionally. Every phase of his life is in, black, is in dark.
Right.
So when they come to you, is there any prerequisite that they have to, apart from the age, what you said, what other prerequisite they have to follow so that they can just be a part of this organization?
The one thing that we do ask for is we found that when a person coming for help, if they have just a little bit of buy-in to the program,
Right.
that they will be more likely to stick with it. And
Okay.
so we have asked for the person coming into the program to raise support of $1,000 to come
Okay.
in. So it's a
Okay.
one-time admission fee of $1,000, which is just a very minor cost to actually what it costs us.
Right.
And so we just want that little bit of buy-in. And usually a person who is living in addiction has somebody supporting them.
Right.
And so what we ask is that if there's a parent supporting this person, that they would actually turn that support and give us the admission fee, and so that they can have some buy-in as well
Okay.
into the success of this person.
Right.
And
But after that, they don't have to pay anything.
correct.
Okay,
Yeah.
wonderful. Thank you for being here and giving us this information. I'd like to have one of your colleague, Lance,
Yes.
after this break on the show to talk a little bit more in details about
Yeah.
the other aspects of this program. Thank you very much, Invest.
Thank you so much.
Welcome. ਰਿਮੀਡੀਓਜ਼ ਐਂਡ ਕੰਪਨੀ ਦੇ 18 ਵਕੀਲ ਆਪਣੇ ਕਿੱਤੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਮਹਾਰਤ ਰੱਖਦੇ ਹਨ ਅਤੇ ਐਂਥਨੀ ਰਿਮੀਡੀਓਜ਼ ਦੇ 30 ਸਾਲ ਦੇ ਤਜਰਬੇ ਹੇਠ ਕੰਮ ਕਰਦੇ ਇਹ ਵਕੀਲ ਕਾਰਪੋਰੇਟ ਬਿਜ਼ਨਸ ਫੈਮਿਲੀ ਲਾਅ ਵਿਲਸ estate ਰੀਅਲ estate ਬਿਜ਼ਨਸ ਮਰਜਰਸ ਅਤੇ ਐਕੁਜ਼ੀਸ਼ਨਸ ਬਾਰੇ ਸਹੀ ਸਲਾਹ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਹਨ ਵੈਂਕੂਵਰ ਡਾਊਨਟਾਊਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਾਮਯਾਬੀ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਹੁਣ ਸਰੀ ਬਰਨਬੀ ਤੇ ਰਿਚਮੰਡ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ ਇਹ ਸੇਵਾਵਾਂ ਦੇ ਰਹੇ ਹਨ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਦਫ਼ਤਰ ਚੰਡੀਗੜ੍ਹ ਮਨੀਲਾ ਤੇ ਸ਼ੰਘਾਈ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ ਹਨ ਛੋਟਾ ਹੋਵੇ ਜਾਂ ਵੱਡਾ ਕੇਸ ਯਾਦ ਰੱਖੋ ਰਿਮੀਡੀਓਜ਼ ਐਂਡ ਕੰਪਨੀ ਫੀਸ ਬਹੁਤ ਵਾਜਬ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਹਨ 6046491555 ਸਵਾਗਤ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਜੀ ਇੱਕ ਵਾਰ ਫਿਰ ਆਪ ਸਭ ਦਾ ਅੱਜ ਦੇ ਸੈਗਮੈਂਟ ਵਿੱਚ ਬ੍ਰੇਕ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਜਨਰਲ ਮਾਰਟਨ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕਿ ਪ੍ਰੋਵਿੰਸ਼ੀਅਲ ਡਾਇਰੈਕਟਰ ਨੇ ਇਸ ਸੰਸਥਾ ਦੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਕਿ ਕਿਸ ਤਰੀਕੇ ਨਾਲ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਨੌਜਵਾਨ ਜਾਂ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਉਹ ਲੋਕ ਐਡਿਕਟਡ ਨੇ ਕਿਸੇ ਵੀ ਚੀਜ਼ ਨਾਲ ਉਹ ਇੱਥੇ ਆ ਕੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਸਪੋਰਟ ਕੀਤੀ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ ਇਸੇ ਸੰਬੰਧ ਵਿੱਚ ਲੈਂਸ ਮਰੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕਿ ਇਸ ਆਰਗੇਨਾਈਜੇਸ਼ਨ ਨਾਲ ਜੁੜੇ ਹੋਏ ਨੇ ਇਹ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਦੱਸਣਗੇ ਕਿ ਕੀ ਕੁਝ ਹੋਰ ਕੀਤਾ ਜਾ ਸਕਦਾ ਹੈ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਜਿਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਕਿ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਬੈਨੀਫਿਟ ਮਿਲਦਾ ਹੈ ਸੋ ਆਓ ਸਵਾਗਤ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਇੱਕ ਵਾਰ ਫਿਰ ਲੈਂਸ ਮਰੇ ਦਾ ਲੈਂਸ ਵੈਲਕਮ ਟੂ ਦ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. So as before the break, General Lynn was telling us about this organization, when it got set up and how it has spread all over the world.
Correct.
You have been associated with this organization since when, and how did you come to know about this?
Okay, my background is drug addiction.
Okay.
Growing up, I started using at 10 years old. And that grew into a really devastating circumstances for me right until I was 28.
Wow.
And then I ended up hearing about Teen Challenge. I actually looked them up online. I was looking for some help.
Right.
I started gambling, and that became another addiction for me.
Okay.
And to the point of ruining my marriage, almost ruining my marriage, financial debt, having to sell your home.
Right.
So I had family here in Canada, and we looked for a program where my wife could go with me, but be close by.
Right.
Anyway, we ended up here in British Columbia at Chilliwack Men's Centre, and they said to me that I would be accepted if I could make my way here. So I started that program in 2008.
Okay.
Did a 12-month program. And for me, it really was life-changing, being able to have the disciplines and learn the disciplines
Right.
that would help me once I left Teen Challenge with the disciplines in my life to be able to just walk out life
Okay.
and do it well and make the right choices.
Right. So from being a student, now you're the development manager over there. So tell us a little bit about what your job is and what do you see? Like before the break, Janlin had told us that anywhere a person who is 19 years and above can be a part of this. But what are you finding? What kind of people are you finding come over there, and how are they changing themselves? Like you yourself changed. What was that force? What was that motivation that made you change yourself?
Well, for me, I mean, I grew up without a faith,
Right.
without believing or knowing a God. I was very anti-religion.
Right.
But in my struggles, I tried Hinduism, I tried various different things to try to stop.
Right.
For me, the motivating power was the power of Jesus Christ. Once I learned to surrender my heart completely, I could feel a change had taken place.
Right.
And if you want to call it the willpower that I was looking for before,
Right.
that didn't have, now I had a whole new view on life
Okay.
and looking at things very differently,
Right.
to be able to change. And really, it's the power of God that allows us and changes us.
Right.
We have to work with Him
Absolutely.
in order to do something,
Absolutely.
in order to have change.
Very true. And is this the same with your students over there who come over there? What kind of addiction are they going through, and how are they? Is your program bringing about the change in them?
Absolutely. I've seen, in the last several years of working for Teen Challenge, I've seen countless people's lives change.
Right.
We see people 3, 5, 7 years after leaving the program, their lives are still changed.
Right.
Having families, going back to school, getting their degrees, just re-entering society and being a part of society, being a positive influence in society rather than a negative, expensive influence.
Right.
Right?
So what's the duration? Is it a 1-year course which you have to be a part of to bring about that change, or there are some short courses, or it depends upon how much a person is addicted to something, and it'll take the time according to what his or her requirement is?
I think that plays a factor in everybody's individual walk.
Right.
But for me, I tried a lot of short-term programs, 3 months, 6 month programs, which never worked for me.
Right.
Ours is a 12-month program, and it can turn into a longer program just depending on what the need of the person is.
Okay.
We do have opportunities for the men and women who do finish the program and graduate,
Right.
to be able to stay on longer and receive some further training in the sense of leadership training,
Right.
so that they too can then begin to reach forward and reach back and help somebody that's behind them
Okay.
move forward out of addiction.
Right.
And really the types of addictions can be, I've seen everything from drug addiction to prescription addiction, alcohol addiction, gambling, sexual addictions.
Right.
It's, we've seen it over the years, many different forms of addiction. You can also see when a person's willing to change,
Right.
they will do whatever they have to do.
Absolutely, that's a very
change.
important point you have touched. If someone is willing to bring about that change, but still, this course, what you offer,
Sure.
what is the success rate you find out?
Well, there were some surveys and stuff done in the past, and the success rate could be anywhere between 60 and 75% after 3 to 5 years. Now,
Okay.
those are statistics from a little while back.
Right.
But we do find, it is within that range,
Right.
the success rate.
Right, but Lance, as you said, that willingness. So, how does this course help a person to bring into that phase of having that willingness to change? How is that course bringing about that motivation for a person to change?
Well, I think what happens for me personally going into the program, my weaknesses, my character weaknesses, those things were exposed within the program.
Right.
I was able to look at them, acknowledge them, and acknowledge it to myself, like, yes, I have this weakness.
Right.
What am I going to put in place that's going to help me
Right.
to continue to do life? So what I've done is I've got some really good people around me
Okay.
who know about my weaknesses, who ask me questions and hold me accountable.
Right.
But again, that's something you need to put into place before walking, when you leave the program.
That's right.
But we try to help people to put that in place while
Okay.
they're in the program.
Okay.
Yeah.
And also, is it that you said it's a faith-based program? So is it just for the Christians only, or anybody who wants to bring about the change can be a part of this?
Absolutely. You don't have to have a faith to come to Teen Challenge.
Mm-hmm.
Our program is based on Christianity, on the
Right.
Bible. A lot of our teaching curriculum is biblical based. But I think if you were to look in many different areas, these same principles about how to live life
Absolutely.
ring
How to
true.
be a better human being
Absolutely.
and how to be out of these addictions, that's what you focus
Correct. Yeah, and just
Okay.
learning how to live the right way
Right.
and to do the right thing.
on. And what about the age group? It is generally the youngsters who are in these programs, or you find adults also who come?
It's a real mixture at any given time in any of our houses. They could be anybody from 19 years old right through. I mean, the oldest we've had is 65,
Wow.
but he was willing to change
Right.
and wanted to work with us
Okay.
to bring about change.
Wonderful.
So you get a wide range at any given time.
Right.
Yeah.
If somebody wants to know more about this program, any website or any phone number or any email where they can contact you guys?
Absolutely. So if they go to www.teenchallengebc.com,
Okay.
there's all the links on there you can click on and we'll get it. You can send us an email, we'll
Right.
connect with you. You can see BC Teen Challenge online on Facebook. There's also a way to connect with us that way.
Right.
Our phone number is a free phone number. It's 1-800-575-3930. That's 1-800-575-3930, and we have somebody answering the phones.
Wonderful.
Throughout
Lance,
the
it was
day.
a pleasure talking to you. Thank you that you are bringing this change in the society, which is very much needed right now because the crisis we are going through, technologically we are advancing a lot, but socially, emotionally, and otherwise also we are just going back and back. And there are, hope that there are some programs which help people. Thank you and best wishes.
My pleasure.
Thank you.